I just bought the best stock of the 2018 holiday season. Sharing time with friends and family is truly priceless. But for everything else, you guessed right, MasterCard, ticker MA. So if you know anything about myself or my channel, you know that I'm a dividend investor.
In cash, I know because I like to watch it flow.
Technically, I have not strayed away from that because MasterCard does pay $1 per share, which at about $200, which is when I went long today, which you're seeing this tomorrow. So yesterday I went long at 198. It's barely, half a percentage point of yield. So not a big dividend, but it's actually a growth story, and that's why I bought it. So in the market today, which again, you'll see this tomorrow, obviously it was crazy if any of you were watching it. And I've been eyeballing MasterCard for a while. I've been really interested, but I told myself I'm not going to buy it over $200 a share. So I think even at a 44x earnings multiple, I still think that it's a good deal. And this video, I'll tell you why and where I think the stock will go and why it's my pick for Q4 2018 holiday season. So first off, I wanted to buy it ahead of earnings. I think this time around earnings will be another killer, and I definitely wanted to buy it before the annual Santa Claus rally. So PE ratio, I just want to get that out of the bag right now. The industry average is not even 15, but you have to keep in mind that the industry average is the entire financial sector. So what I did was I took Visa, American Express, and Discover, and I averaged them all out to a sector, right? A credit services sector PE ratio of 29. So obviously, MasterCard is still the highest out of all of them. Everyone is freaking out about that. But, as long as e-commerce and digital payments and cashless payments continue to increase, in the near future, a 44x earnings multiple could seem incredibly cheap. And so I'm willing to wait that out through 2019 to eventually get about 30% on my money. I believe I will hold it into Q1 of 2020. That's really my ideal holding time. Again, this isn't something that I do all the time. About 80% of my portfolio, probably 85%, is long-term, buy and hold, take to the grave with me type of dividend stocks. I've been eyeballing MasterCard. I think it's really great. Now, they're really expanding into two main areas, which is the rationale of really why I wanted to become a shareholder. So first of all, when you think of MasterCard, really the definition of MasterCard is it's a technology company in the global payment industry. Now, if you asked someone a decade ago, what is MasterCard? They would have simply said, MasterCard is a payment processor. But today it's a technology company operating within the global payment industry. Really interesting, and I thought I would add this. It's actually pretty funny. In the latest Berkshire Hathaway earnings call, Warren Buffett said himself, looking back, I could have bought MasterCard as well, and I really should have. Everyone knows he's a big Visa shareholder, obviously knows a lot about this sector, although he doesn't remember ever purchasing anything himself as he raised his family.
Do you remember buying your first mattress, Warren?
Well, I didn't do very much of the purchasing in our family. I can't recall ever buying anything, actually. Check this man's credit and see if he's good.
One area that I'm very excited about MasterCard is their business-to-business operations. Now, they've just partnered up with Microsoft, which is another favorite holding of mine, and to release MasterCard Track. And so it's interesting. Payments between consumers, consumer to consumer, so from myself to you, has been digitized for some time, and it's very easy, and there's many avenues to process payments back and forth instantly between consumer to consumer. But business to business is a little bit different. While some of it is digitized, there's still $58 trillion annually between business to business globally that is still done in paper, which costs globally about $500 billion in administrative and clerical costs. And so what MasterCard Track does is it digitizes a lot of these avenues and a lot of these processes to cut down on the payment time, to cut down on the compliance costs, to cut down on the administrative costs, saving businesses a lot of money and getting them paid faster. Another reason why I decided to become a shareholder of MasterCard is they have a proven ability to expand globally. So in 2015, they came out and they said, look, by 2020, so within the next 5 years from 2015, we want to bring 500 million people onto the electronic payment grid, and these people may or may not have had access to the electronic payment system before. So over these past couple years, they've worked with many different governments and geographies around the world to bring people onto the electronic payment system, to develop these systems and bring them online using MasterCard transactions. So far, just last year, they've already surpassed 250 million new MasterCard users, and so they'll probably easily be able to reach their 500 million goal by 2020. So that's another thing that I'm looking forward to hearing about in earnings calls through this next year. So their 52-week range, I bought it just slightly on the higher end. It's been anywhere from 140 a share to about 225. Like I said, I told myself early on I was a buyer under 200. I wanted to get it before the ex-dividend date on October 5th, but it was still way over $200, and I just didn't want to do that. But I definitely wanted to pick it up before the earnings at the end of this month, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on the 30th, right before Halloween. So my plan is to hold this at least 1 year. I think it'll do very well in the global landscape through all the way through 2019. I'm expecting about a 30% return in 2019. I'll probably hold it into Q1 2020. At that point, depending on where it's at, I may exit. Now from here, if it continues to go down, I might enter into a second position and average down my overall share price. Let's say if it hits 170, I'll probably throw another 3,000 in because I bought about $3,000 worth of it today. So again, I really like where MasterCard is going. They have a proven track record of being able to grow and expand. And again, I think as long as e-commerce and cashless payments continue to be more and more prevalent, I think MasterCard has a very, very bright future. I definitely want to thank everyone watching. My channel has experienced some really nice growth over these past few weeks. I've really tried to improve the quality and improve the frequency of which I upload. So at 5,000 subscribers, I want to do a live stream with you all, and I want to interact with you guys live, as well as I'll be giving away a Realty Income hat. So definitely, if you have friends that are into investing, or if you haven't subscribed yourself yet, please consider subscribing. It really helps us grow this community that seems to be growing very quickly. So again, thank you so much. If you're interested in these types of videos, definitely check out my video library, and we'll see you next time.